are not an accident. You are not a mistake. You were created with intention, designed with meaning, born for a reason greater than you can imagine. Every breath you take, every beat of your heart, it's all part of a plan far deeper than chance. There are no coincidences in your journey. The moments that broke you, the victories that lifted you, the people who left, the lessons that hurt, they all built you into who you are today. Even the times when you thought you were lost, you were being guided. Even your failures were not detours, they were directions. You see, God knew your road before you took your first step. He saw every turn, every mountain, every fall, and still chose you for this path. Because there is strength within you that only struggle could awaken. There is light in you that only darkness could reveal. You were not made to drift through life. You were made to create it. To speak with faith, to walk with courage, and to stand tall even when the ground beneath you shakes. You carry a purpose that this world needs, a voice, a heart, a vision that no one else can replace. Don't let doubt convince you that you are small. You are here by design. And every day is another chance to rise into that design, to step closer to the reason you were created. So remember this. You are not waiting for purpose. Your life is the purpose. Live it boldly, walk with faith, and never forget, the world changes every time you choose to believe in yourself. Subscribe to this channel. Join those who are awakening their strength, purpose, and faith. Because you were created for more. Storms don't come to destroy you. They come to cleanse, to strengthen, and to prepare you. God doesn't break you to crush you. He breaks what keeps you from growing. Fear, pride, doubt, the need to control everything. What seems like the end is often the beginning of something greater. Sometimes the answer to a prayer doesn't come as a miracle, but as a trial. You ask for strength and receive challenges that teach you to be strong. You ask for patience and face delays that shape your endurance. You ask for faith and find yourself in darkness where no path is visible. That's how God teaches us to trust, not in comfort, but in Him. True faith is not born in clarity. It rises before the understanding comes. When you walk forward without seeing the light, but knowing it exists. When you stay silent because there's no answer, yet keep believing. When your heart is broken, yet you still whisper, "Thy will be done." Every trial is not punishment. It's a mirror that reveals your depth. A storm doesn't make a person weak. It shows what's inside. And if faith lives within you, no wind can throw you off course. Faith is not the absence of fear. It's the strength to stand while afraid. Not because you can do everything, but because you know you are not alone. When you walk through pain with trust, pain turns into wisdom. When you face loss with faith, it becomes the doorway to renewal. God never takes to deprive. He takes to give something greater. Every trial carries a hidden gift, the strength you would never have found otherwise. And when you refuse to give up, you'll one day see, the storm didn't break you. It prepared you for the next chapter of your life. Growth always begins with loss. To become new, you must let go of the old. Habits, fears, resentments, even the version of yourself you once clung to. It's not a betrayal of the past, it's a step toward the future. You cannot enter a new season while holding on to what was meant to stay behind. Pain is not the enemy. It is the tool of growth. It exposes the weak places and shows where healing is needed. Through pain, we learn patience, humility, and true strength. When everything is easy, we don't change.
But when the world around us falls apart, something stronger than comfort is born inside: faith. Without loss, there is no wisdom. Every loss teaches us to value what remains. Every disappointment reveals false expectations. Every mistake becomes a stepping stone if we draw meaning from it. Strength does not appear suddenly. It is forged like metal in the fire of trials. God does not call us to comfort, He calls us to growth. Comfort preserves, but it doesn't transform. It may feel pleasant, but it doesn't elevate. Growth always requires movement, and movement demands stepping out of ease. Sometimes God removes what we lean on so that we remember who our true foundation is. Change is frightening because it requires faith, but within it lies the essence of life. You cannot become who you are meant to be while holding on to who you were. Growth is not a moment. It's a journey. It's a process where each day you learn a little more to trust, forgive, endure, and keep going. And one day when you look back, you'll realize everything that once felt like an ending was only the beginning of your new level.
True strength is not about never falling. It's about rising every time life knocks you down. Falls are inevitable. They are part of the path, part of the learning. Yet every time you rise again, a new kind of strength is born within you, invisible but deeply felt. It doesn't come from victories. It's forged in moments of defeat, when you keep moving forward through pain and doubt. Every scar is not a mark of shame, but a testament to your resilience. Scars say, I was wounded, but I was not broken. I walked through the darkness and came out stronger. They don't disfigure you, they adorn your soul. Behind every scar lies a story of endurance, of faith that refused to surrender when everything seemed lost. Uncertainty frightens many. We crave clarity. We want to see the whole plan, to know where the road leads. But God rarely reveals everything at once. Uncertainty is not the enemy. It's the stage upon which He writes your story. Where you see confusion, He is creating order. Where you see emptiness, He is building foundation. You just can't see the full picture from within the process. True faith is not saying, I know how it will happen. It's saying, I believe, even when I can't see how. It's the courage to take a step when the path ahead is hidden. It's the strength to continue when your heart trembles. Faith is not the absence of fear, it's the choice to move forward despite it. The path of faith is the path of growth. You learn to trust when God is silent and to give thanks even when you don't see results. Over time, you begin to understand nothing in your journey is accidental. Every trial, every delay, every pain is shaping you into the person who can carry the blessings meant for you.
God builds not hastily, but thoroughly. Everything created quickly is rarely lasting. He does not work according to a human calendar because His timing is perfect. Where you see a delay, He sees preparation. Where you feel silence, He is paving the way. A seed lies in the ground for a long time before it sprouts. It is hidden, seemingly forgotten, yet the work within has already begun. Roots grow deep to support future growth. In the same way, your faith grows in silence, even when it seems like nothing is happening. It is in these moments that God shapes your strength, character, and humility. Sometimes you feel that nothing is moving, but in reality, God is moving mountains you simply cannot see. He is not late. He is preparing. Every delay, every not yet, is not a refusal, but protection. Sometimes it is not that you were unready for the goal, but that the goal is not yet ready for you. Haste destroys what patience creates. God will not give you what you cannot hold. The process itself is part of the blessing. Through waiting, you learn to trust rather than control. Through silence, you learn to listen. Through delays, you grow stronger. The path to fulfillment is not an instant leap, but a gradual unfolding. When you finally reach what you have prayed for, you will understand why it took so long. God does not simply grant desires, He forms the person capable of handling them rightly. Patience is not weakness. It is faith in action. It is the confidence that even when you see no movement, God is still at work. His process is perfect, even if your eyes cannot yet see the results.
Often we desire only light and joy, avoiding pain and challenges. But the truth is that a blessing without preparation can destroy. If you receive more than you are ready to hold, it can lead to chaos and disappointment. God works deeper than we can see, shaping not only the circumstances around us, but also the inner strength that allows us to receive gifts wisely. Gratitude is not just words. It is a state of the soul. True, mature faith is shown in being thankful not only for the light, but also for the darkness, for the trials that seem heavy and unfair, for the moments when everything falls apart and there seems to be no way forward. It is in these moments that character is formed, the spirit is strengthened, and resilience and wisdom grow. Every lesson, every delay, every pain has meaning. They are like tools through which God carves into us what the eye cannot see. They teach patience, humility, and faith. They show that true strength is not in controlling everything, but in the ability to accept. Acceptance is not passivity, it is the ability to see purpose even in what seems random or painful. When you learn to be grateful for everything, both light and darkness, your life changes. You stop struggling against reality and start cooperating with it. You realize that every moment is important, every difficulty is part of the journey, and every joy is the fruit of your resilience and faith. If you want regular reminders of how to live with gratitude and embrace every moment of your life with wisdom and faith, subscribe to the channel. Here we learn to value every experience, see meaning in every challenge, and turn even the toughest moments into strength and growth. True freedom begins not in the world around you, but within. It is the courage to trust yourself, to follow your vision even when no one else understands it. Don't seek validation in the eyes of others. Your purpose, your path, your dreams are yours, not theirs. When you live to satisfy someone else's expectations, you exchange your freedom for approval, and the cost is far too high. Many people call themselves realists, but often they only live within the limits set by those who dared to dream before them. They are bound by fear, by convention, by the smallness of what has already been accepted as possible. True visionaries break these boundaries, not because they ignore reality, but because they see beyond it. They act on faith in themselves, on the quiet certainty that their inner conviction is stronger than the doubts of the world. Faith is not passive. It is an engine of transformation. First, it moves the mountains inside you, the fears, the doubts, the insecurities. It reshapes your mind, strengthens your resolve, and clarifies your purpose. Only then does that faith begin to shift the external world, opening doors, creating opportunities, and aligning circumstances with your vision. Freedom is inseparable from self-belief. To be truly free is to be yourself, not the reflection of someone else's expectations. It is to live according to your values, pursue your dreams despite opposition, and trust that the life you imagine is possible because you are willing to create it. Every time you honor your vision over the judgment of others, every time you act with faith in your own abilities, you reclaim a piece of freedom. And with that freedom comes the power to shape your life in alignment with who you truly are, rather than who the world wants you to be. To live fully is to choose yourself, to trust yourself, and to walk boldly on the path only you can walk.
Every person is born with a purpose and a calling, a unique mission they are meant to fulfill. God does not seek perfect people for great deeds. He chooses those who are willing to learn, to fall, and to rise again. Those who open their hearts and minds to strength that comes not from perfection, but from the willingness to act despite weaknesses. A person's true strength is revealed not in never making mistakes, but in the ability to rise after every fall. Failures, errors, and disappointments are not punishments. They are tools through which character is formed, will is strengthened, and determination is fortified. Each challenge tests not how fragile you are, but how ready you are to hold on when everything around you falls apart. Challenges do not destroy you, they recreate you. Every storm, every difficulty is an opportunity to clear your inner space, to shed the unnecessary, and to prepare for something greater. In every moment when it feels like your strength is running out, a new foundation for growth is being laid. It is through pain and perseverance that resilience is born, forming a true strength that does not depend on external circumstances. You were not made to avoid storms, but to move through them. Life does not offer a safe path to greatness. A calling demands courage, determination, and steadfastness. It calls you to go where it is scary, to move forward despite doubts and fear. Every step toward challenges is a step toward strength and maturity, toward understanding that your potential is far greater than you think. True strength comes when you embrace your calling and walk its path, without looking back, without counting your falls, but fully recognizing every victory over yourself. Calling and strength are not about living without trials. They are about becoming who you are meant to be through those trials.
The darkest hour comes just before the dawn. It is in these moments, when everything seems uncertain and heavy, that the seeds of transformation are being planted. Life often removes what we have held on to, not to punish us, but to clear space for what is meant to come. Loss is not the end, it is preparation. Each closing door creates an opening, even if it is not immediately visible. Every day offers a new beginning, a chance to reset, to redirect your energy, and to step closer to the life you are meant to lead. No matter the mistakes of yesterday or the regrets you carry, today is untouched. A blank page waiting for your actions, your decisions, and your courage. It does not ask for perfection. It asks for presence and persistence. Moving forward is not always comfortable. Fear is a natural companion on this path, but fear is not a signal to stop. It is a signal that you are approaching growth. When your heart races and your hands tremble, it means you are standing at the edge of something transformative. Every step you take despite fear is a victory, a reaffirmation that courage is born in the act of moving forward. Hope is the quiet guide along the path. It is the belief that even when you cannot see the full route, each small step matters. Every effort, every moment of endurance shapes the future you are building. Challenges and setbacks are not obstacles, but markers of the journey. Reminders that growth is never linear. Even when the road is dark, even when the weight of uncertainty presses down, continue. Keep taking steps, however small. Each stride forward, no matter how slow, brings you closer to light, to clarity, and to the version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and fully alive. The path may be uncertain, but it is yours to walk, and hope is the companion that ensures you never walk it in vain.
You are stronger than you think and capable of far more than you sometimes realize. Strength is not measured by the absence of fear or the ease of the path. True strength is shown in your ability to keep moving forward, even when your hands tremble, your heart races, and your mind seeks excuses to stop. Every step you take, despite doubts and difficulties, shapes you, builds your resilience, and unlocks the potential that was hidden within you. God is near, even when He is silent. His presence is not always obvious, but it is felt in your perseverance, your determination, and in those moments when you feel on the edge. God's silence is not neglect, it is space for growth. It tests your faith, shapes your character, and teaches you to trust, even when the path is unclear. Every obstacle, every difficulty, every loss is a tool God uses to make you stronger and wiser. Everything that happens is part of a greater plan. Nothing is accidental. Even falls, disappointments, and pain have a purpose. They prepare you for what is to come. You may not see the whole picture, but every moment of your life leads toward the future that God has intended specifically for you. Every storm endured, every hard day is a brick in the foundation of your destiny. Do not give up. As long as you believe and keep moving, everything changes for the better. Let doubts and fears serve as signals, not barriers. Every step toward your goals, every act of perseverance and determination brings you closer to who you are meant to become. If you are ready to walk this path, to remember your strength, and to strengthen your faith every day, subscribe to the channel. Here we support each other, draw inspiration, and learn to turn fear into strength, doubt into wisdom, and challenges into growth. You are not alone, and together we move toward the light that awaits ahead.